The parallel,
Yep.
or the object measuring has a congruent vertical axis. That's how it fucking works. It's not tilting away from you 1 degree per 69 miles.
Yes, it is.
You made a claim that it works. Now, geometrically, that's impossible. And let's explain why. You told me to change it from Polaris. Now I've established a tangent, right? If you want me to finish off the fucking little tangent, I will do that.
I want
to make it angle of elevation.
Can that person standing at Polaris measure 90 degrees above his head from there?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, if you walk over to that other spot, if you measured to Polaris, would it be 45 degrees? Now
You can have a plumb.
Walk your pen over to the other spot. Like
look. If this is little Glober fucking lying. Right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Look, I'm fucking lying. I'm here under Polaris. So you can have a plumb above you. For sure. Okay. But
now walk him over there. Put
angle of elevation.
No. Put another guy there first.
Okay. So this is what you're saying. If we put another guy at the bottom of the fucking...
No. On Earth. On Earth.
Yeah,
on Earth, Chris.
We're measuring from the tangent like you fucking
On Earth,
said.
Chris. You're going to measure from the tangent on the Earth.
The tangent on the Earth. So we need to invoke curvature. We need our
we're talking about the globe,
reference. We need our horizontal reference because we can't actually perceive what's beyond the quote curve. We need that horizontal reference. But you're saying we need to take an assumption that we're measuring to this point,
where
we can't physically see it, right?
You're assuming that you're standing on the fucking Earth.
Oh, let's do it this way, because this guy obviously doesn't understand the position he's in.
That was too much to request that you assume we're standing on the globe when we're talking.
Okay, so, Globey, would you agree that point to point, to make that observation, we would have to use chord value? Go straight through the fucking Earth?
No.
No? So how are we observing around the fucking curve?
We don't have... Why are we observing around the curve? What are you fucking talking about?
To make these angles, you said I need to...
Put another guy on the Earth. Put another guy on the Earth.
Here.
The guy is observing the fucking star, not the other fucking guy.
Yeah. Okay, put the guy on the Earth.
Me being here. Me taking an angle of elevation to Polaris, this is represented by Polaris now.
It's above your head. No, it's above your head. Where he's standing.
Okay, fine. This is Polaris, and you're now here. Okay?
Yep.
Stop fucking
here.
Okay. So this is where Globey is. He's at the fucking 45th.
Yep.
Right?
And the angle up to Polaris is 45.
It's an angle of elevation. There's his 45-degree angle of elevation off the tangent.
Done. Perfect.
Okay. Now, we need to get to the right angle triangle part. Since we're using a theta angle and a corresponding angle, a ratio, a slope, we know that that's hypotenuse over fucking opposite. Cool beans. So that opposite, key point, it's right angle. Second key point, its vertical is congruent to yours. Okay. So if we have G representing Globey, he takes his 45-degree angle of elevation.
It's a different right triangle.
Off the tangent.
Nope. You're doing it again.
What? The vertical, you're assuming, to match this, that 90-degree angle, off your tangent, anything beyond 44 degrees would not be on Earth's surface.
What's that point in the sky?
Why are you using the same tangent for both observers? They both have their own tangent and their own right triangle.
This is only your observation, don't it?
Yeah, right there. You have a tangent and you measure up to 45.
Okay. This is the vertical. This is the vertical of Polaris. That's the vertical of Polaris. You're on the 45th. Nobody's here. Nobody's here at this moment.
So now that line goes up to
strictly
Polaris.
taking an angle of elevation to Polaris. You have a known GP of Polaris, which should be tilting away from you 1 degree per 69 miles.
Follow the other line. That
Follow
line.
the other line.
The 45
Follow the other
is
line.
Polaris.
Why are we following this imaginary tangent when you're...
Right there. Follow that 45 up to Polaris to your right. That's where Polaris is now. It's not at your GP. There is no GP from there.
So that would be indicated by your hypotenuse.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so now the y-axis, the vertical. That's what we're talking about here. Don't fucking pat your head. This is geometrically globe debunked. So, right angle from your tangent, because you said we are measuring from the tangent. There's our fucking right angle. There's the additional 45 degrees of alleged curvature that you can't fucking prove. That's 135 degrees. That's not a fucking right angle.
That's great.
When you incorporate the right angle off the vertical, anything beyond 44 or anything lower than 44 degrees would not be on Earth's surface, which is impossible.
You don't
Game
need
over.
those other angles.
Game over.
What's
Right
game
angle.
over? All you're doing is measuring an elevation angle. All you're doing is measuring that angle on the left side of your triangle. You don't need that other 90. You don't need any of the other sides. You're not measuring the distance to the star with this triangle.
Is the vertical congruent with my vertical?
All you're measuring is that little orange piece
Is
right
the
there.
vertical equal to my vertical?
Okay. What does that have to do with measuring that theta angle there?
So it's not tilting 1 degree per 69 miles. Globe
Yes, it is.
debunked.
Just
Globe debunked.
Holy
Just
fucking
just
shit.
admit it. Right angles debunk the fucking globe. And this is grade 3 geometry that you guys can't fucking comprehend. Now, if we were measuring from
the angle is off the person's GP, not the other side of the triangle. The angle between each person's GP is 45 degrees.
the azimuth,
1 degree per 69 miles.
azimuth and zenith angles are from your position. The
Yeah.
vertical of Polaris
It's not the same for both people.
where is it?
Not
Where
the
is
same
it?
for both people.
The vertical of Polaris, where is it?
There is no vertical for Polaris for the other
Yeah,
person.
it exists. It exists. What's true north?
Oh, fucking Christ.
What's true north? True north is the geographical position of your alleged axis. Okay, so that is the GP. That's the vertical.
That's only at the pole. That's only at the
That's the
pole.
y-axis. That's your geometric 90 degree to Polaris.
At the pole. That's it.
At the pole.
If you're at the 45, it's not there.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
45 degrees.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm showing you. Guess
No,
what?
you-
Guess what?
Are you denying that person standing at G?
I'm not.
Hold on. Are you denying that person can measure up from that tangent to 45?
I'm not saying. Okay, so I'm not saying that at all. Let's do it this way.
What's that angle? What's that angle? It's very simple, Chris. What's that angle?
So,
It's 45. That's the angle up from the horizon to Polaris. That's all you're
right. And this is the vertical
see
of
it.
Polaris. This is the vertical of Polaris, right? That is the vertical of Polaris. So now we get rid of the globe for a second. We take your 45 angle, you take your 90 degree from your tangent, and you add another 45 degrees of alleged curvature from the Earth. That's now a 135 degree angle. Is that a right angle or obtuse?
It doesn't matter.
It's a fucking obtuse angle.
Doesn't
So
matter.
we're not actually incorporating our angles of elevation in a Euclidean reference like we fucking should.
You don't need a
Because
right triangle.
all
to
right
measure-
angles are parallel. Fucking game over.
You
Brian,
don't need
you
a
want
right
that?
triangle to measure an
Yeah.
angle, Chris.
I'm gonna go for a fucking safety meeting. I need one after dealing with this shit. Where's the vertical? Where's the vertical of Polaris? Straight up and down.
It's not straight up and down from both observers.
No, it's not.
From the North Pole it is. From here, it's at an angle relative to how you're standing.
So do we measure off the tangent?
Very
or
simple.
the surface?
Yes.
Do we measure off the tangent?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's two different tangents.
There's
This is
two-
45. This is 45 from the observer up to Polaris. This is Polaris's line of sight. This is 45 degrees. This is not hard, Chris. It's the angle up from the surface. Here, the angle up from the surface is 90 because it's right over your head. Here, it's 45. Here, it's 35. Off the surface, off the tangent.
Okay.
You're invoking some weird fucking shit that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Uh-huh. Okay, right
Showing
angle.
your own chart. You can measure 45 from 45 north parallel.
Sure. Okay, so now, because Sasquatch said, we got two different tangents. Ah! So now I did the exact same thing for,
I
let's
thought
say
you had me
Vega.
muted. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Let's say Vega's over 45 degree angle. And that's directly over Globey. And I'm here at the Polaris, and he's measuring the angle of elevation to me, and I'm measuring the angle of elevation to him. His
Why
is
do you
represented
do
by
that? Why are you doing
blue.
that? Why are you doing that?
Stop talking.
Why are you measuring angles of elevation to other
Guys,
people?
you both are telling me there's two different fucking tangent lines. So now I put the two different fucking tangent lines on, and you're still facing the same fucking problem.
The
Why are
angle
you
of
measuring-
elevation is always towards the star, Chris. It's not to the fucking surface of the Earth.
Okay, perfect. So look, red line, angle of elevation to the star over fucking Globey matches his zenith. Okay, two different fucking tangents. Now we have Globey's angle of elevation matches my zenith, my straight up and down. Right? Okay, now we need to talk about the fucking magical tangent. Because when you incorporate an additional 45 degrees off your tangent, the 90 plus 45, you're at 135. You're not fucking using a right angle.
You don't need
We're
to.
not doing angles of elevation now. Okay? When you do it the opposite way, Sasquatch, when you check out, there's our 45 degree angle, there's our 90 from the tangent, there's another 45 degrees. We're not using right angle. Anything past or lower than 44 degrees would not be on Earth's surface.
Why do you need Why do you need a right angle to measure an elevation?
Why do I need it? Because that's how our angles of elevation formulas are derived.
What?
This is how our angles of elevation are derived. There's all of our known angle of elevation formulas, and they all incorporate, well, the law of sine, cosine, and tangent incorporate a right angle. Did you not know that? A hypotenuse over the opposite side is your sin ratio? Sine ratio?
You know you can get those angles too if you don't have a right triangle. Like you can figure those out, right?
Yeah, that's...
You don't need to use those formulas to figure out
That's triangles 101. Angles of elevation used specifically...
Wait, angles of elevation need to be...
A right angle.
Really?
Yeah. Show me one single case otherwise, practically, that we measure from the Earth's surface.
Can you
Plane surveying, assume a vertical reference. If it's tilting away from you in plane surveying, guess what they incorporate that as? A fundamental error that needs to be corrected for. Because they're assuming horizontal angles and vertical angles. And their vertical angles are equal to your vertical angles.
Yeah.
Fucking funny shit.
So if you use a sextant to measure the angle, right?
We need that vertical GP of the star.
Where's the 45?
Where's the 45?
And where's the 90?
Where this isn't actually a 45 and a 45. This actually looks more like a 40-50.
On the sextant. There's no
Where's
90.
the 45 on a tilt?
But there's no 90.
There's no 90? Your 90 is your zenith. What are you talking about? There's no 90. There's a plumb on a lot of these sextants that'll indicate your zenith and your plumb, right? Do you understand that? Does a plumb indicate your 90? Hey, does a plumb indicate your 90?
I think you know how it works. I'll give you that. I just did not know if you were going to continue like down this path of you can't acknowledge that people are in two different places on the round Earth.
Okay. So I acknowledge that by showing you your two different tangent lines. Blue representing Globey's tangent line, red representing Sasquatch's tangent line.
Could you rate
Angle of elevation. There's your 45 Sasquatch.
So what I was saying
45
was
degree from your tangent. Right?
I'll drop down.
Yeah, fucking right angles scare Globies. So there's yours. That's your point was, how come you're not incorporating from two different observer points? I did that real time live just for you. I actually used a different color pen so you could see where your tangent would be relative to Globey's tangent.
What's that point way up in the air above my head?
What's that point?
No, above my head, the other one.
Yeah, that's the vertical of Polaris.
The point up there where the other tangent intersects.
Oh, where the other tangent?
Yeah, what the hell does that mean? That means nothing in anything.
Okay, so if we were to connect...
Yeah, but you answer my question.
horizontal-
What does that point mean?
Yeah, I'm explaining it. If we were to connect the horizontal to the vertical of Polaris...
What does that
tilted,
mean? Why are you doing that?
Why am I doing that?
Yeah.
Because for a fucking angle of elevation, we need to fucking make a triangle, buddy.
No, you don't.
No, you don't?
No.
Explain to me how we don't.
Okay, this is why. Go back to your drawing.
Yeah.
How long? See that blue tangent? The blue tangent from the G. How long can I make that line until that angle at 45-degree angle changes?
This blue one or that one?
Will it change if I make that line longer?
What change? Well, right now it can't change. We're at 45. We're at 45, 45 plus 90, 180 interior degrees.
So it doesn't matter how long I make that bottom line, right? It'll still be 45 degrees. The angle.
Well, that's what Jorge was showing. If we put point to point, point to point, point to point, point to point, that's the fucking grade. That's the slope.
Showed you this.
Okay. If we have a slope, that's what do we have? We have our hypotenuse over our opposite.
We're not.
Okay,
we're not
our opposite indicates a right angle. But you're telling me our right angle actually tilts away 1 degree per 69 miles.
We don't need a right angle. We're not measuring lengths. We're not solving for a triangle. We're just measuring an angle.
Oh my gosh.
We're just measuring an angle up from the horizontal, the tangent. That's it. It's a measurement.
You just fucking said it, bro. From the tangent. From the horizontal. So in your demonstration,
Tangent at the tangent at where the other observer is.
Okay, using your nonsense fucking understanding of geometry, you're saying we measure it from the horizontal, and there's your 90.
Why do you keep pointing at that place up in the
Shut the fuck up. Like, I know you do it on Dips Live. You're not going to overtalk me on my own fucking live, Sasquatch.
I have a question.
So, do you see here geometrically, if we drop this 1 degree and we were to trace that to the GP, that wouldn't be on Earth anymore, right?
Yeah. Also doesn't matter.
Good job.
All right. I'm going to show you this triangle here. Okay. Now let's do this. I don't have a protractor, but let's assume this is 45 degrees. Okay. Can I put a protractor on this and measure this angle? Say it's 45. I don't know what it is. But I can put a protractor here and measure this angle, right?
Yeah, you have one single angle.
Yeah, I can measure the angle, right? I can stick
a horizontal. You have a horizontal, and you have a slope. So what can we do with that?
You can measure an angle.
Well, we've got the corresponding variables.
Why can't I measure this angle?
Determine our cosine.
Okay, if I put a protractor on here, can I measure this angle?
So if we have the horizontal and the hypotenuse, can we do cosine now?
I didn't ask you to solve for a right triangle.
Does cosine use a fucking right angle?
It does,
Thank
but we're
you,
not
bro,
talking
for
about
proving
that.
my fucking point.
We're not
Every
talking about
which
that.
way you try to go with this argument, you're going to get flat smacked.
Can you measure this angle? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Why do you
Does
need
it give
a right
us
angle?
a ratio that exists?
I agree. You would need a right angle if you want to therefore solve for this side, this lengths.
Okay, can we do with the variables that you presented? Can we do cosine?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Great. But
And cosine needs a right angle.
This is the elevation angle.
Because you're taking an angle and you extend those lines infinitely does not mean that the vertical of the object that we're measuring can be fucking tilted away from it.
No one said it needed to be or doesn't need to be. If we're standing on Earth, we can measure an angle up to a star without the other pieces of the triangle. You can still measure this 45 without this triangle being a right triangle. Look, it's not a right triangle. Doesn't matter. We're not solving for the other sides. We just measure an angle, Chris.
That's not using the law of cosine.
We're not using the law of cosines. We're not solving for the
But
other
in
triangles.
celestial mechanics and navigation, we fucking do. So how can we not be using that?
Because we're just measuring an angle.
No, it's because supposedly you guys measure angles from the center of Earth and make your right angle off of the surface. It's fucking weird how that works.
This is a tangent. And then we measure up to the star, 45 degrees.
Do we measure off the horizontal or the tangent, the vertical?
The tangent, up to the star. It doesn't matter where those things end on this side because we're just measuring an angle. If we wanted to measure the distance to the star, we'd need to figure out these lengths and use cosines and sines and all that. We're not doing that.
Sine and sine, which doesn't work on a spherical body. Are we using linear?
Awesome.
Sine and cosine? Or are we using...
Can you admit we never get anywhere? Can you admit you can measure an
No,
angle?
but this is a major difference. Are we using spherical cosine and sine? Or are we
Can
using
you
linear?
measure an angle? Doesn't matter. We're not using cosines. We're just taking an angle. Can we measure this?
You're showing me that you're not... You're telling me you're not... You don't want to talk about cosine, but you're giving me all the variables.
Doesn't matter. I'm giving you one
We have the
variable.
ratio, we have the hypotenuse, and we have the horizontal. Why can't we fucking use cosine?
Because we don't. We don't know the distance.
Because we don't.
If we were on flat Earth, we'd need to know the GP, the distance from yourself to the GP of the star to make a right triangle, and we don't know that.
Okay, but we're using linear. We are using Euclidean sine, cosine laws.
We're not. We're measuring an angle, Chris. We're measuring an angle.
We're measuring an angle.
Yes. Did you need cosine to measure an angle?
Well, based on what you're showing me, we can derive.
You're showing me. I can do the same thing you do to me, Chris. This is stupid. You don't need cosines to measure an angle. You don't need a right triangle to measure an angle. You're assuming you do, which is why your whole basis of everything you're saying is wrong.
I would agree.
All you need is a tangent and then measure up to the star and you get your fucking angle. Doesn't matter what everything else is doing.
That's what happens when you use your tangent. You're not using a right angle.
Yes, you are. That's what a tangent is. Thank you. Thanks for playing.
Are you fucking kidding me? Globy, are you fucking kidding me? Here's your tangent. Here's your imaginary arbitrary point. Now we use your fucking 45 degree, right? Off of your imaginary fucking tangent. Right there, drawn in blue.
Perfect.
Right?
Yes, that's all you need.
To finish off this formula, we have already...
It's already done. 45.
There it is, 45. That's all you need.
No.
You wrote it down. It's 45.
How many interior angles of a triangle?
We're not solving for a right triangle, Chris. We're
you fucking kidding me? You guys are... Does Polaris have a GP?
Why are you solving for the triangle? What are you trying to solve for? What's the variable you're trying to solve for?
I'm just showing you how you measuring off your tangent doesn't fucking work.
Oh, no, you're trying to solve for... You're straw manning because you're trying to solve for something nobody's...
You're fucking straw manning. And you are fucking geometrically illiterate.
What?
Does celestial navigation use triangulation? The biggest, boldest fucking letters. Globy McDonut fucking face. Why are you fucking lying to me?
Why don't you read the rest of it, Chris?
Okay. Between points. Okay. Triangulation. Triangulation. So when we have one single angle there, what is that? What does that typically reference?
What is
we have one single angle that we can complete the rest of the fucking triangle using the GP of the star. Polaris would be almost under the fucking true north, right? That's our GP. Now, if we were to incorporate from Polaris the GP being vertically tilted 45 degrees away from you as an observer from your tangent, that would manifest as a 90 degree plus a 45 degree equaling 135 degrees plus your 45, that's 180 degrees. Globe debunked, man. Anything? Again, I'm going to show you how it works too. So let's go off of your point, and I'm going to use a different color just to show you how this fucking works. Actually, I'm going to show you the other way. We're going to go to 40 degrees.
Get him.
Yeah, man. I just don't fucking like liars. I'm sorry for being so fucking hostile. I cannot stand a fucking liar.
Oh, you're forgiven. You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
Forgive you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's check this out. Off your tangent when we're measuring to the vertical. Fuck, of course that color's not going to work. And I don't have any other colors. Okay, you guys are just going to deal with another red. I don't fucking care.
By the way, you can do that with the sun because you have a subsolar point on Earth where the sun is directly over your head.
That's your vertical. Good job. Mm-hmm. So regardless of where we measure the Earth, on the Earth, to the sun, we now assume there's a vertical under the sun. Anytime, even the jokers who went down to Antarctica and they took their angles of elevation, they assumed a vertical subsolar point of the sun.
Chris, all we're talking about is using an angle up to the fucking star.
They had to use a triangle, and they had to use the law of sine and cosine to figure out what?
We're not talking about celestial navigation. We're talking about measuring an angle to a star.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is all about celestial navigation. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's about measuring an angle.
We're not talking about celestial navigation, Ron. Do you think we're not talking about celestial navigation?
You've already been disproven on this 500 times. You don't need the right triangle. Okay, then you show us again. I asked you 100 times before about other things you didn't show. Show us how you do celestial navigation with a right triangle.
With a right triangle. So you take an angle of elevation. For instance, I'm at 43 degrees north. right? That has a corresponding angle of elevation.
How do you measure that angle? How do you measure that angle?
How do I measure that angle? I took a fucking big
horizon.
straight edge. I put my protractor on the straight edge, and I hung a fucking plumb to tell me the angle. Does that work?
Perfect. Now, which part of you saying all those words did you need to have a right triangle?
Well, underneath the GP of the sun.
Oh,
Or the Polaris. The fuck are you talking about,
Why do you need a
Goldsmith?
GP? You just measured the angle from the horizon.
Why do we need a subsolar point to measure the angle to the sun?
For triangulation, you do. We're not talking about that. What are you laughing about?
My
You
fucking
said you measured
point.
the angle from the horizon.
Hilarious.
At what point did you need a right triangle to measure that angle?
You hilarious fucking.
Does the sextant assume a right angle in there, or what's going on?
The sextant assumes a right angle above you and to the object you measure.
I don't mean it.
Only one of those.
No, it measures the right angle and it measures the GP of the star, the horizontal distance. Okay, so now I drew, just to show you guys what I'm talking about, 40-degree angle of elevation. And what Globy's saying is we're doing the measurement off the tangent. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what happens with this right angle. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fucking interesting.
Yeah. And as soon as you just debunked yourself by saying you just measure the angle from there.
Debunk yourself, bro!
Then you claimed you needed a right angle to measure that angle.
I'm so mad he's trying to cast doubt. You know you debunked yourself, right? Please don't prove me wrong. Please don't prove me wrong, Daddy.
Are you done? You done pushing toilet paper rolls around, Ron?
Yo, be nice to Ron. He'll smack you harder than I will.
Globy, you need a shoulder to cry on. You can cry on my shoulder, buddy. I got you.
You have no place in a discussion about that. Huh?
I got you, buddy. Hey, do you still have that action figure of me that you carry tied around that you keep right close to your heart?
Okay, so check it out.
Trash.
I drew another triangle because celestial navigation uses triangulation as a method. And they use sine law, cosine law, tangent law, which incorporates what I know. Cool beans.
Hey, could you explain that again, pointing to that yes?
Chris? Or
Explain
Z
what.
method.
Yeah, look, you still got it.
That's hilarious.
It matches his picture perfectly. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Globy's got an action figure of me. He's so much in love with me. He's got an action figure of me. Yes.
Okay, so check this out.
No, not behind those eyes either.
Check this out, gentlemen. So now we're gonna do it. We're gonna take an angle the other way. This guy's at the 45th, and the sun.
Corpse gases.
Yeah, the sun is 5 degrees north of the equator. So if you need, I will draw the equator for you. Because why not? I like doing that kind of stuff. It's fucking nice.
Body disintegrates and emits gases into the atmosphere. Then the moon absorbs those gases and it powers the moon.
Yo.
Then the sun comes near the moon and sucks up the moon's energy.
You know you got Globy triggered when you got him playing with action figures.
Hell.
You know you got him triggered when he's playing with action figures.
Well, you're such a powerful and handsome man.
Okay. Do you see what I
I was
Okay.
trying to redirect the energy out to move this toilet paper roll. I hurt my hand. It came out my hand. Oh,
That
man.
means that, Globy, that means that you had to watch me all those hours to hear all these things that I say. How
You're such a handsome and powerful man.
No, I'm lucky enough people clip your videos all the time.
Yeah, right, bro. You've been stalking me for fucking 2 years. You still got a video for 2.5 fucking years ago from my original account.
And you're a handsome and powerful man.
On my page. I still have it.
stalking me
He's
for a
been
few years
fucking
as well?
sour since I flat smacked him the first time I was on his fucking show. Okay, so check this out.
Stalking me
That's
for a long time.
Now, instead of using that 45-degree
What's the
angle,
red dotted line there for?
that's the red that I'm showing you.
No, the red dotted one.
Yeah, this one?
No, the
I'm
red dotted
showing
one.
you.
No, I'm talking about the red dotted one.
Yeah, I see it over there. I'm
Why is that
fucking
there?
showing you.
Why is that there?
Come back up when you have some impulse control. Fucking triggered Glober. Okay, so now, Sasquatch, you can watch in the comments, you triggered impulsive fucking loon. how we have a 40 degree angle. Remember, I said to you multiple times, anything less than a 44 degree angle, when we do our triangle method using sine and cosine, right? That would be incorporating a right angle, like Globey said, off your tangent. Now, when we follow the vertical or the GP of the sun, it's not even on Earth's surface. Crazy. So anything lower than 45 degree angle won't be on Earth's surface based on the geometry you show me. That's fucking crazy. Now, you want to come back up here, Sasquatch? Sam Squinch? Fucking somewhere?
Does this look familiar, Ron?
Yes, man.
Howard hands.
I also wanted to come up and say too, Globey, it's a quick little search, and yes, they use the sky to map out our grounds too, by the way.
Way to go, Globey. You're acting like a third grader. Come on, bro. Get all your little projections out. I'm here for you. Come on.
Hands aren't even damaged.
Come on.
You still magic, Ron?
My hands.
Awesome.
Howard hands. I'm moving them. I'm good.
Come on, big guy. Get
Look,
back.
Slayer, he made you rip too.
Are you an airbender, Ron?
Yes, I am.
Why don't you have the tattoo on your head?
Who's to say I don't have tattoos on my head?
I'm trying to work on a new one where I
Hey, the big old arrow on your head?
I'm just saying, who's to say I don't have tattoos on my head?
That's creepy as fuck, dude.
Man, this is awesome. He loves the action figure of me. Look, Globey's triggered. This is really good.
This is me triggered.
Very good. Globey is very triggered.
You haven't seen me triggered. I'm working on getting him to
I'm
power.
watching you triggered, you silly goose. You're acting like a third grader. You're projecting all your
Bro,
little...
you're pushing fucking toilet paper rolls around with air.
Why are y'all so worried about what I'm doing? How
You guys are playing
narcissistic.
with an
How
action figure made of them.
narcissistic.
Because you put it on TikTok.
narcissistic.
You actually
Why do
make
you care
videos
what
of
I
yourself doing it, Ron.
Why do you care what I do? Do you
Globey,
make
you're a
videos
silly
of
You
what
actually made videos of yourself.
Wait,
And
do
you
you
put it
make
on
videos-
TikTok.
Do you make videos?
You
doing
put it
what
on
do?
TikTok, Ron.
Wait, does that mean that you have to judge me on it, though?
Yes, yes,
No, it
because you
doesn't.
put it on
That
TikTok.
shows how narcissistic
Because
you
you
are.
think you're magic, Ron.
Oh,
You think
wait,
you're
how do
magic.
you know what I think? How do you know what I think? When
You
have
think
you
you
ever
can move
thought around
toilet
in my
paper
head?
rolls with your mind, so you think you're magic. Yes.
Whoever said I was moving them with my mind, I'm using my hand, you idiot.
You're using the air, was what you're doing.
I'm using my hand, you idiot.
Hey, Ron.
magic. Through
Yeah,
telekinesis.
we know you're
Why
not
are y'all
using your
so
mind, but
angry? Why
What's
are y'all
moving
so
the roll?
angry? Are
Like,
y'all mad because you can't do it, or you're afraid to be yourself? Which one?
Do it. Watch, Ron. I can
Ron,
do
you
it.
should
Watch.
be flattered.
Which
Oh,
one is?
oh my God, it's rolling.
Oh yeah, no, it didn't roll anywhere.
Look, it's rolling. It's moving back and forth because I can
Yeah,
move
when you
with
hit it, it did.
my air. With my
Yeah,
air
well,
hand.
That's not what I do.
Yes, it is. This is exactly what you fucking
that's
do.
exactly
Not
what you do, Ron.
exactly what I do.
That's exactly what you do.
No,
Oh, I made
why
it
are y'all
roll.
so angry?
I made it
Why are
roll.
y'all so angry?
Why you
I'm
think you're
relaxed.
magic?
I'm
Does it
relaxed.
disturb y'all so much?
Is this telekinesis?
No, we're relaxed.
Oh,
Why do you
well,
think you're
really-
magic, Ron?
Yeah, Globey, y'all really seem relaxed. Come
Thanks.
on. Y'all are angry with what another grown man does in his own time? How
Oh,
dare
not
you?
angry. It's fucking
No,
hilarious.
y'all, well, why does it matter to you?
Angry about it, Ron.
A 60-year-old man thinks he's magic.
Why does
It's
it
funny.
matter to you?
Hey, Ron, they think
You're a
they're
powerful
making
man.
fun of you. They
I
have
know
to
I
break
am.
it.
That's why I absorb so much of your free
And
time. You
handsome.
don't have to record me
You have
everywhere.
to
This is
break
why y'all
other
sit here and
people
have
down to make
action figures.
themselves feel better.
If I wasn't a powerful man, Globey McGoldface wouldn't be sitting here trying to intimidate me for one, and he wouldn't be playing with an action figure of me for number two.
And you have a handsome beard.
You're a powerful man, Ron.
He has an action figure of me. What does that say?
As I entertain my audience because they love it.
It says that you're a fan of me.
It says it's fucking hilarious.
Fan of you.
Why do you think you're magic, Ron?
Boy.
I'm 100% a fan of you. You're funny as hell.
If you like puppet shows, like Space Swap.
But why would I move it with my hand, Ron? Is that not telekinesis?
That's not what I do.
What do
He
you
makes
do?
farcical humor. It's farcical humor that you
That's
not even
100%
close to
what you
I
do, Ron.
No, it's not. That's a lie.
100%.
You're
It's
a liar.
farcical
What
humor.
if the one where you were going backwards like this and then wondering why it rolled backwards because you were
What
doing
about the magic
Going
marker that I
backwards?
did?
What about the what?
Magic marker. Let's go to the magic marker.
Is it also round?
Do it
He
with
has
a
some more
cube.
farcical humor.
Go do it with the magic marker, please.
Do it with a cube,
something not
Ron.
round? Slide something that's not round, Ron.
No, so now y'all are worried about what I'm sliding around because y'all can't keep up with me. Oh no, y'all.
Oh, I thought you made the suggestion for the magic
I'm
marker.
so jealous.
Yeah.
Why do y'all envy me so
You pushed
much? Why do y'all
you
envy
pushed
me?
a marker with there, and you're magic now.
Why do y'all envy
Makes
me
sense,
so
dude.
much?
It makes sense that you're a flat earther.
Hey, Buck, why do you envy me so much?
You have a nice tank top, a nice beard.
Hey,
Yo, Sasquatch, I would just
So why are you
say-
incredulous that we like you? You're funny.
look, y'all know y'all made this entire live about me now.
Yeah,
You asked to see the action figure, Ron. You wanted to see the action figure.
Man, y'all see how much y'all are obsessed with me? That means something.
Well, you're magic. Of course we are.
I know.
Yo, Globy, can you do me a favor? Can you do
Yes.
me? Can
Go
you
make
show
a statue of
me?
me.
Can you show me your pathetic fucking Alexa shrine again?
What was the favor?
Well, you probably couldn't make a statue of me anyway.
That one's new since I showed it to you last time. That's the
That's
75.
fucking hilarious.
Probably
You
couldn't
have it
hold
hooked
the
up to
brown.
Alexa? Turn it on.
I don't have an Alexa in here anymore. I can turn it on. Push a button. There we go.
Yo, he's got a fucking shrine built to NASA. And boys are flat earthers. What the fuck is going on here?
That does look good. I like that. Let's see that. It's good.
Why are you worried about what a grown man has in his...
Very nice. That looks very nice. I'm
I can
enjoying
see why
that.
you play with action figures now.
I'm enjoying that.
Do you think me setting the name to turn that on to Shrine wasn't intended to trigger all you, which you did fantastically?
Oh, I think it's awesome.
I'm enjoying
Do you have interior
I think
decorating
it's awesome.
stuff?
You have a hobby. You got some decorating skills, yes.
Oh, that's
I'll
cool.
give you that.
Lights all flash.
But you're still not spinning, dude. It's all in your head.
I'm spinning, watch.
Exactly, it's all in your head.
Feel it right now.
Clearly just fun.
Now, what is that inside of you that kept you upright vertical?
His name was Peter. His name was Peter.
Isn't that what Mr. Rogers used to do? Spin in a circle right for him to make
Well, no, I'd like him to answer that question while he was spinning in a circle. What system inside of you kept you upright and vertical?
Steel Thundercats collection too. That's really lame of me too. I know. And
Like the chainsaw. The chainsaw's nice.
Evil Dead stuff. Book of Necronomicon. Chainsaw. Oh, fucking lame, right? I know. You guys keep pushing your fucking flat Earth nonsense.
Keep pushing your fairy tale land there, buddy.
Wish it were nonsense,
Bro,
dude.
I've got collections of books. You've got fucking collections of toys.
What book?
Look, Daddy, I got the Globe collection.
Ring books, want to see those?
The flat guys have collections of books? Is that true?
What's that?
The flat guy said you have collections of books?
Yeah, 100%.
Comic books.
Can you give me a library one that says the Earth is flat?
Yeah, for sure. I got Rand McNally, 1951, showing us a flat plane, showing us plane flight routes on a flat plane. Cool beans.
Oh, so you didn't hear me when I said a book that says the Earth is flat?
Yeah, I got you. I got you for that one too.
I don't have Transformers, but I do have.
What about an encyclopedia? What about an Encyclopedia Britannica prior to 1958?
I know there is books, but they aren't in anybody's collections,
What about that one? What about the
except for
Encyclopedia
yours.
Britannica prior to 1958?
Yeah, it must be in your collection if you still have a copy of it, if they made a mistake and said it was flat or something.
What about it?
Yeah, what about the A section where they talk about Antarctica and some wall right there?
They don't talk about
Some
it.
wall? What do you
Oh
mean?
yeah,
What do you
they
mean
do.
some
Prior
wall?
to 1958, they sure do.
What do you mean by they talk about some wall?
Go find an Encyclopedia Britannica prior to 1958 and you get to read.
This is a book that says that the Earth is flat.
Well, it says that there's a dome over top of us.
It suggests it or says there's a dome over top?
It says that it's at 4,000 feet, I believe is the number it gave.
There's a dome in Antarctica that's 13,000 feet, and it's talking about the goddamn dome
Oh,
there.
the
There's
dome.
domes there. They're geologic things. They're like mountains.
Hey, what does
That's
this
not what they were
fucking
talking
book
about.
say?
Yes, it is.
What does this book say?
There's dome A,
What
B,
does this
and C.
fucking book say? Glovers, what does this book say?
Because the world is flat.
Cool beans. Sasquatch, did I prove my fucking point?
No. Who
Is
wrote
that a book? Is that a book? Okay. Got it.
a book?
Well, that's
It has to meet the Globetrotter approval decimal system.
It has to be an actual science book, not like the Bible. You
Actual
can tell the
science.
Bible and show us that next.
Let me go get
hold on.
another one.
Wait, the Bible was a book written by man, and science book was a book written by man. They're both books written by man.
Yep.
Are there sources cited in the Bible?
Yeah,
Doesn't
one-
matter which one. So the science book is no more the book just
Are
written by
there cited sources in the Bible, Ron?
Yes, that you can. There's actually cited sources in the Bible.
Where at?
Yes, you can go back and correlate a lot of the Bible happening throughout history. Yes, you sure can go back and find out that everything does line up.
So you think the Bible is 100% true?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I just said the Bible was a book written by man, and the science book is a book written by man.
How do we
Here's
verify it?
another one.
You
Here's
collect.
another one.
You guys collect books.
Can you read, Sasquatch?
Yes.
Can you read? Okay. Read for me what that says.
Skepticism and cognitism. You're moving around. Yeah, cognitism.
Cognitism. Okay. Can you define that word for me?
Cognitivism.
Yeah, cognitism means like you're cognitive, like you can make sense of stuff.
Or you can have cognitive dissonance, right? And you could make you can make a good fucking claim that it's okay for us to be skeptical.
You can make whatever claim you want, my friend.
Yeah. I
Easy.
could also make a claim for you to not fucking overtalk me because you have no impulse control. But I can say it's okay for me to be skeptical. And what I can also say is based on your cognitive bias, you have what? Cognitive dissonance. Now I showed you guys a right angle, how it fucking debunks the globe, and you guys spun out so bad that Globey started fucking showing his fucking toys.
He started playing with an action figure. He started playing with an action figure.
I'm skeptical of what you said.
Okay? You can be skeptical about that.
I know. You can too. You can too.
There's no logical way around how we're not using a right angle, and if we do off the tangent, it's not on Earth's surface after 44 degrees. How does that work cognitively?
You already saw how it works.
I'm skeptical that you're doing it with any normal
Y'all spun
way to
out
do
so
it.
bad, y'all made me the center of attention.
Let's go something. We went and get something or something.
Am I as funny as Seinfeld?
See it, Ron.
He left us here with you, and he said, "Watch the shit."
Am I as funny as like a comedian or something?
Y'all just made me the center of attention because y'all couldn't answer Chris and you had to run away, so you needed a deflection. And
I had never seen this. I'm kind of new to this, but that was really
You're
funny.
the one that brought it up, bud.
That was really funny.
now it's my fault that Globey McGlowface was playing with an action figure and Brox was spazzing
Yes,
out.
because you brought it up.
I liked it. I liked
to
it.
see it.
I liked it. If I was able to make such a presentation of you in a action figure role pushing the toilet paper around, I would like that. Something I'd be proud of doing.
Awesome. See, y'all are going back to making me the center of attention instead of talking.
Do you not want to be the center of attention?
He does. Hey, Ron, Encyclopedia Americana from 1904. That's weird. What'd you say, 1958?
I said
Britannica.
I said Britannica.
Oh, so this one that has pictures of Antarctica
I said Britannica.
doesn't count?
I said Britannica.
From 1958, you said. This one's from
I said
1904.
encyclopedia. What? Encyclopedia what? Yeah, I think you were
The
listening.
Britannica one from 58 says it talks about a dome at 13,000 feet.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I said Encyclopedia Britannica, 1958. I was very specific on the book that I named.
Right, that's how dishonest you guys are. You go and grab a different reference.
What's this, Ron? What's this? What's this say? Can we read? What does that say?
Okay.
Britannica.
Yeah.
Okay. Antarctica is the world's highest continent, blah, blah, blah. East Antarctica reaches heights of 11,500 feet. Dome A, can you read that? Dome A, Argus, is at 81 degrees south latitude. Dome C is at 125 east. Dome Fuji is at 77 south. These are domes.
Hey, look, what about that big dome out there in the middle of the screen?
Oh, now you have to insult me because I proved
Can you
you wrong.
polish that up a little bit so that way we get a little bit more of a glare off of that, please?
Sure.
What about that dome? Is
This
that
is
dome? Is that what dome is that?
This is when I shaved my head because my mother had cancer. Thank you, though.
Oh, okay. I don't care why you did it. I'm still making fun of your
Oh, it just
dome.
makes you an asshole.
How does it make me an asshole? I'm making fun of your dome.
Dome in geology. Dome in
Has nothing to do with anybody
elliptical
else's
structure.
mother. Has nothing to do with anybody's
Shut
mother.
up.
No, you're right. We get you. He's got a
You're a
bald
big
head.
old
That's kind of funny.
crybaby. You're just looking for an out, crybaby.
Hilarious. In geology, the average elliptical structure formed by fractureless uprisings of strata. This is what a dome is in geology. Oh, now Ron turned my microphone off. So, anything else silly to say? These are where the
I
domes
got a
are.
question. Globy
Yeah.
and Sasquatch and Box. Well, we have him there. Just yes or no. Are you guys all atheist?
Yes, they are.
I call myself an agnostic atheist. I got a mustard seed of faith that something created us.
Yeah, I talked to you, spoke with you about that last night. Logically, it just makes more sense to have a creator than just assume that creation happened from nothing. What about you, Globy?
Where did Globy go?
You fucking ran. Box, are you an atheist?
Where did Globy go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool beans. Okay. More books. Are either of you guys